It's on. It's on! Hello, everyone! Hello! Hello! Right, we're joined tonight by GW13, Anthony Walker from Games Matter channel, Matty Plays, and Robo Neuer. Bromeo Joe's not in tonight, and it's just us.
Try it off because they're awful.
Yeah, he's just had enough of football. He's just gave up on football, so he's just.
And because I was torturing about Borough beating them 2-0.
Yeah, well, he's just give up. He's really give up on Birmingham, but I would as well, to be fair. Hopefully they keep on doing bad, because we need them to. But we're going to be talking about, like, I was going to go back a little bit, because obviously we haven't done one for a while, but I'm not going to go back too much, because there's not enough time to go back that much. But probably the main thing that I'm going to go back on is, obviously, the Pulis sacking, getting sacked from West Brom. And it was really random and weird, but he did. He got sacked. And obviously they've just got a new manager in Alan Pardew. Probably is one of the managers who I probably dislike the most in the whole of football, probably. But what do you think? Do you reckon that Alan Pardew will do well at West Brom? Do you reckon that he can actually do better than what Pulis did, or do you think that it will be a shambles?
Could I just ask, is that something to do with the fact that he used to manage Newcastle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Yeah.
He's just a really bad manager.
Doesn't like him because he's not a good person.
No, he's not a good person as well.
Killed his kitten or something. It literally is just
probably
because
did.
he managed Newcastle. That's it.
He probably killed his kitten as well. I wouldn't put it past it. I don't know him enough to know that, but I would see it probably.
I think the Pulis long ball thing didn't work for West Brom, really, did it? To be fair. But,
Look
for a
at
while.
what they've done, mate. They've done pretty well with Pulis in charge the last couple of seasons.
They did, yeah. They did very well.
I mean, as he said before he was sacked, its expectations have risen that much because of how well they've done over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah,
It's why he's getting sacked, because he's doing what West Brom have done many years before that, and the managers have been fine. They've not been getting sacked as long as they stay up. But now the expectation is, we need to move on another level. That jump yet.
Yeah, and not only that, Jay, as he said it himself, this footballing managing world that we live in now is a results business.
Oh yeah,
if you
it's results now. You don't get the chance.
If you haven't got the results, you haven't.
It's not
I
like
think it's
when
a bit
Wenger
harsh,
and Ferguson first started, mate, where you get time to evolve your team and.
Yeah. You're right, Crumpet, it is harsh, but that's the nature of the beast.
Like, to me, like, he's a good manager. Like, he's an all right manager, and he's done well pretty much everywhere he's ever been. But for me, West Brom have got unrealistic expectations. I think.
Did you guys ever at any point during the season did any of you ever think that West Brom were going to go down?
No.
Honestly, no.
What, this season? You mean?
This season, yeah,
It's
all the way through this run that they've been through.
It's their expectations now.
Well, I know, but I think
table team at least.
If you kind of take it, if you're thinking about, like, you got the top 8, you would probably kind of fight for those places. Not even top 8 really, top 6, and the rest of them are just avoiding relegation pretty much. Honestly, if your expectations are to try and push any higher than that, then you need to really kind of think a little bit, at least in the short term. And I think they would have been absolutely fine to let him keep them up, and then sack him, and then kind of get a new slate for the new season if they're not happy with the football.
Well, that's kind of what's happening at Stoke City now with Mark Hughes, because he's got ninth place last 2 seasons. Yeah. He's not got the funding and the backing to get any higher.
Yeah,
but neither did Pulis though either.
That's the highest level they're going to get.
It's like West Brom expect Pulis to do really well and obviously finish well at the end of the season, but they don't really give him a lot of money.
It'll probably be the same with Pardew.
Probably be the
but
same. He'll probably not get nowhere near there anyway, so it doesn't matter.
No, the Newcastle tag team in charge now, West Brom, him and Carver.
Well, Carver, the man who's never coached a team, and then he took over Newcastle and said he was the best coach in the Premier League. That's how deluded that man is. So he's absolutely off his rock.
It necessarily came down to the
results being up your own ass.
I think it came down to the fact that of West Brom being as boring as they are, because it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
If you check, like, the only way I can describe this, if you go on Twitter, type in #WBA game, you will see all the fans are bored. Every single one of them are bored. That's why after every game they get booed.
Yeah.
I think, of
But
course,
it's a results business. It's not an entertaining business when you're the manager. That's the problem now.
Yeah.
And you got to ask West Brom fans as well. Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, it might not be fun to watch, but honestly, is it worth trading this up for potentially going down and then going in the Championship? Which is what could happen.
I think it's a very high possibility that could happen. But that's probably just because
you are Sunderland fans. Oh no, wait. Good example. Do you remember Charlton? This is probably one of the first instances where this happened. I think in the Premier League era, where they had Alan Kirbishley safe as houses for what, 8 years or something. One of the longest-serving managers.
10 to 14th place in the Premier League.
They were kind of middle table, and then as soon as they sacked him, they went down. And where are they now? They're like League One. So you've got to be so careful when you make these decisions as owners, I think.
I wonder what Kirbishley thinks of Charlton's position now.
We were linked with Kirbishley when we were looking for a new manager after Greason went. I don't know why, because he hasn't been in for ages, has he?
Still managing?
I don't think so. That's what I mean. I don't understand why we were.
Like, literally been linked by a guy who's not even a manager. That's how bad things are right now.
Yeah. Well, we'll come out good in the end, so I'm not complaining.
At the end of the day,
we spent money on you, Crumpets, to be a manager.
Well, I would have did better than what Moyes did.
As far as my thing on Pardew goes, I guess we'll find out how good he is when in February after the transfer window.
Yeah,
see what he can
do. It does really depend what the West Brom chairman's going to give him. In turn, yeah, fair enough. He's got the squad there to stay up anyway, but they want to push on and play good football. They're going to have to change the personnel.
But can you seriously see like West Brom competing in Europe? Because that's basically what they're trying to push up on there and trying to get into, like, maybe get a lucky European players.
If they get a lucky European players, they'll be out in the first games.
Yeah.
I was going to say, he did, I mean, this is going back to West Ham. I mean, he took West Ham to the FA Cup final, and I know Mr. J will be happy with that because they got beat by Liverpool in the final.
Yeah.
We won't go into that.
Yeah. Yeah, God bless Steven Gerrard, that's all I'm saying.
I'm loving West Ham right now, especially the other day. I really loved that. I've got nothing against West Ham fans or West Ham. I just hate the manager. And seeing them get absolutely annihilated 4-0 off a team which has really struggled lately.
Have you seen all the tweets Spencer's been doing?
Yeah. Well, one of the lads who I talked to, he's a West Ham fan as well, and he wasn't happy.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, Crumpet's hatred for David Moyes is like my hatred for Strachan.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's probably stronger, to be honest.
Now it's stronger than my hatred for that idiot.
Well, considering he got relegated, that's quite a good thing to hate him for.
And considering Strachan nearly put us out of business.
Yeah. Well, he's crap everywhere, isn't he? But anyway, Allardyce has obviously been given the Everton job today. He's been linked with them for absolutely ages. Like, Koeman got sacked in October. I think it was like the 23rd or something.
Well, technically 23rd, 22nd was when he was actually sacked. But...
Yeah, after they got beat off Arsenal 5-2, 22nd October, got sacked, and it took them all this time. It's like nearly December now, December tomorrow, and it took them all this time to get someone. He was linked with them at first, then whatever happened, and he wasn't linked with them anymore, and obviously he's come in now.
First they decided, we want to look at someone else.
And and they were just had like crazy kind of ideas about trying to bring in random
everyone
dudes.
Went, no, don't want it.
But what do you think though? Like
Simeone at Atletico.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no way in hell he would have went there. But Allardyce has already took over now. He's probably going to take over probably the weekend. Like, I don't think he'll be there for the game though, will he? Or will he? He might be actually.
He was there.
He was there last night for the game, so I think he will have.
Yeah, but I mean, like literally managing, like.
He He's signed the contract today, I believe. So
he signed it this morning, and
I don't know about you guys. It's a perfect fit for me.
What I'm not sure about though, why have they only given him 1.5 years? I know I can kind of understand a bit why there's literally no point in giving a manager longer these days because people get sacked left, right, and centre all the time. But that doesn't show a lot of confidence in a manager.
He hasn't been given 1.5
consistently-
years. He's been given a contract until 2019.
Oh, who am I thinking of then?
It's 18 months. It's an 18-month contract, Crumb.
Well, according to what I read, it said that it was until 2019.
Yeah.
18 months.
Hello?
Oh well,
18-month contract, mate.
never mind. I think he'd do excellently. I honestly think that he will get
it's a
Everton where they
perfect
want him to
fit.
go.
Yeah, it's a perfect fit.
But I still find it funny who his assistant manager is now.
Oh God.
Who is this
Have you
assistant?
seen who it is?
No, I haven't. Who is it?
Sammy Lee.
Oh my
Played
god.
for Liverpool for 10 years, coached at Liverpool for 20 years.
Yeah, he looks like something out of the Lord
There's
of
his
the Rings.
right hand man, wasn't he? He's Rafa's right hand man, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah, he
think
was
so.
for a bit, yeah. But he was also
just
Sammy
connected.
Lee's assistant to Bolton and England for that.
Yeah. Oh, look at him. He's at Everton. Liverpool fans are gonna love that.
He was thinking about it last night, mate. Going, he's fat, he's round, he's going to take the blue shade down. Sammy Lee.
But
Yeah.
the thing
As you said,
what
Derby soon,
makes
isn't
me think that he's going to do
Yeah, it's
well,
like 2
right,
weeks.
is the fact that he came into Sunderland, and obviously we aren't on the same level, nowhere near as Everton. Like, I know Everton's not the biggest club in the league, but we're definitely not that level. And he sorted us out. He really turned us around, and with the same players what were there beforehand. And if he can do that, then he can definitely do Everton. Like, our defence
got
is
better
fucking
quality.
terrible.
And it's
Exactly, way better
to
quality.
get what he can do in the transfer market as well. Transfer market coming up as well.
I think with Allardyce, everyone thinks he's a long ball guy. Yes, he played that way for a time with Bolton.
Yeah.
But look at, once he got them settled in the Premier League, look at the players he brought in.
Well, he didn't play long balls with us. He did odd times, but it was only like if we're losing or
Once
something.
he's got the
And he had
players in
to.
place, he'll play good football. But because for 3 years, when he first got Bolton up, he was playing long balls just to keep Bolton in the league because he didn't have the funds to go out and get the players to play a different way.
Yeah.
He could keep Bolton up there.
Depends on
and then
who
once-
you've got as well, doesn't it? Really, players that you've got. Obviously,
I
if
mean,
you've got
once they
little
went out
players,
and bought,
you can't.
like Sejorkioff, JJ Okocha, they changed their style and like he can play that. He can play good football.
Yeah.
From earlier, he's the former coach of mine, and I love the boat of the guy. He's a really good tactical coach.
He is,
He
especially
does know his
defensive.
thing. Oh yeah,
He's
that's why I
amazing.
loved him because I was a goalie.
Yeah.
I bet he was happy with the 4-0 beating of West Ham last night.
See, the thing is, though, right? Obviously, Everton beat West Ham 4-0. Do you reckon that was because Allardyce was there and the players were trying to prove themselves to him, or do you reckon that was just a random thing?
One, West Ham are shite at the minute. And couldn't stop even Sunderland scoring past them probably.
I'll go that far.
And I put that actually the way West Ham are played. But like yes, Allardyce being there, that's the players have gone right. We've got a proper coach now, a proper manager. We need to prove what we can do because the last 2 games under Unsworth before that, they were absolutely shocking. They looked like they didn't have a clue what they were doing, didn't want to be there, and basically, if Unsworth.
I felt a bit sorry for Unsworth because
I did, man.
he hasn't got the experience or whatever of that role, and like he's nowhere near qualified for that job, and he had the balls to come in there.
He has actually got the qualifications for it, but he's
Yeah,
not.
but he hasn't got the experience, or like he's never done it. But he had the balls to go in there and have a goal, and then they all slated him, like constantly when they weren't winning. And you just think like, why are you slating him? It should be your owner who you're slating. He's the dude who sacked your manager, and left you in limbo with no manager for 2 months. You know what I mean? It's just mad.
I mean, it's like what, nearly 6 weeks, something like that.
Yeah,
Out of manager.
it's crazy.
I mean, I do feel bad for Unsworth. Like as I've said, I know Unsworth from doing the 23 games because for their games.
Yeah.
He's a lovely guy to talk to.
It's.
I feel
I thought it
bad.
was really funny. I read a write-up about him, and it was after they played Atalanta, I think it was, in Europa, and then they got hammered off them like 4-1 or something like that. And then
5-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5-1. And he turned around after and said, I want the board to make a decision whether they want to keep us as manager or not. And I was thinking, well, after that game, it's probably not the best time to say that.
Well, I think that was his point. He was like, the players aren't playing for me because they're like, you're not my manager. You can't.
He hasn't got like the pulling power in the.
But like, surely you should be able to just play. You shouldn't need to know who the manager is. You still play for a club.
That's how we feel.
Yeah, but modern footballers are ridiculous.
Like, if you went into your workplace and it's like, but you've got a temporary manager who's like, well, I'm not going to work for you because you're not my manager.
Yeah.
That's just like, you'd be sacked.
Yeah.
So, and obviously these players can't be sacked, but like, it just.
That's what he did. Unsworth, he dropped the big names because they weren't performing for him and brought in the kids, which is fair enough. Fortunately, the kids.
It's a bold move, though.
In fairness, that is pretty much exactly what Koeman resorted to doing, and that didn't work for him either. So.
Yeah. It's crazy. Do you reckon that Allardyce coming into Everton now, do you reckon that they'll jump up the table a bit now and start winning games? Or do you reckon they'll still struggle?
I'd say about 10th place finish.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And it all depends, again, it's like with Pardew, it all depends what happens in the transfer market. What players is he going to bring in?
The thing is, though, will he have a lot of money to spend? Because they've spent a lot of money. So will they be willing to spend more?
Owner has said, like the new guy said, he's got money.
Do you reckon that Allardyce will get rid of players who they've brought in already? Like who they've just brought in? Do you reckon he'll get rid of any of them?
I'll get a few of them. Probably. No.
Yeah, I just want to know if he's gonna bring like a striker to fill in the Romelu Lukaku.
They need a big name, like not a big name, but a big striker to play there. Like Rooney's not that goal scoring player. He never has been, to be honest. He scores goals, but not great goal.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but a hat trick after when was the last time he scored a hat trick? I can't even remember.
He's never scored one for Everton, and the last one he scored
since
2011.
2011? Jesus Christ!
I was going to say it took. I tell you what, it was a long streak for him not scoring until the hat trick. So.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
But
he's not an out-and-out goal scorer.
Well, apparently Allardyce wants Coney from us. Apparently, the defender. And to be honest, I'd let him go. I don't like him. Never have.
Didn't he manage Kone at Sunderland?
Yeah, that's why I want him.
Okay.
Because
good. I mean,
well, when Allardyce was there, he definitely improved and he done really well under Allardyce. That's probably why he wants him. Coney is like a very emotional player, from what I've seen, and like he's either all in or not there at all. Like that's the kind of player he is. There's no middle ground with him. And he did do really well with Allardyce. He played pretty good.
I think what you will get with Allardyce is a game plan, which is not really what they've had all season. Whether they can actually implement that game plan, though, is another thing altogether. I'm not sure. And I also would point out that they're not going to play West Ham every week. And that's probably, right now, that's probably one of the easiest games you can get, especially for Everton. Apparently their record against West Ham is ridiculous at the moment.
They haven't lost in a long time, and Rooney's goal scoring record against them is phenomenal.
Yeah. So I would say that it's not going to be as easy as people would say based on that last game.
Oh, definitely.
And it'll probably take a good month or two before we actually start to see what Allardyce's team...
Because we play them in 2 weeks.
Like. Really?
Yeah, it's in a couple of weeks, mate.
That's the derby, though, isn't it? Yeah, that's the derby.
Well, it's a bit like Berra, isn't it?
I like that, the derby.
Yeah.
Mention derby, please.
What, mate? Derby County?
There's a good question there. We'll talk about that before we move on. Brandon's just come in and said, what teams do you think will be relegated this season from the Premier League?
Oh wait, no, sorry, that's already happened.
Like obviously, we have done this already, but currently it's totally different right now. So it could literally change.
But they're going West Ham.
West Ham, Palace, and
Ready?
the third one.
Newcastle.
I don't think
Players don't want to play. Crystal Palace are awful, and Swansea are just.
Yeah, I think those are the three at the
Zoomers had
moment
more
that you
shots
might
on
think.
Swansea.
Swansea probably.
I think
minute.
West Ham, Swansea, and I'm wishing for Newcastle. Sorry, Newcastle fans.
Yeah,
not
There
sorry,
are
guys,
thoughts
he's
that
not.
if Swansea lose against Chelsea, then that means that what's his name's going to lose his job. Like
Yeah.
it's like that
running
Everton Koeman. He lost his job after playing against Arsenal. I mean,
Yeah, it was a
Come on,
cumulative.
guys.
Like, it was the games before that really did that.
I know, but like if it was games before, why keep him for the Arsenal game? Get rid of him.
On the
Might
Wednesday,
have already had a new manager in by now.
and we were playing Sunday. Oh, sorry, Thursday night and then the Sunday.
I would see mine who I think is going to get relegated is West Ham, Swansea, and West Brom. Fingers
Think
crossed.
West Brom are going to go down?
Yeah,
Is
with
that because
Pardew.
Alan Pardew's
Yeah.
team?
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, mate, that's what he's like. He just everything he touches goes to shit. Like that's literally what he's like.
I'd like to think that we're trying not to be biased on this podcast, but
Yeah,
think,
it's totally different when it's
How many
Pardew.
times
Like,
have
like you're
you
allowed to
in
be
this
there.
podcast? Do you know how biased we are?
Yeah.
I think West Brom will just stay in the Premier League at 17th, but I won't be surprised if they get relegated, to be honest.
Pardew was like literally
Bottom three at the moment are going down.
like it's like when Moyes went to West Ham and I thought, oh my god, what are you doing picking him? Like literally the season before he got us relegated, and then the season let's bring
this is the
Moyes
thing
in.
if you look at all the managers who've been recruited recently, there's like a huge bubble, and I've seen this put on Twitter a few times where they literally you've got like Allardyce, Pardew, the guy that you really don't like, Crumpets, I've forgotten his name now.
Moyes.
And two others, Tony Pulis. There's like literally been recruited several times by like 5 or 6 different clubs who have all been in trouble over that amount of time. And I do think that the owners could use maybe being a little bit more risky with their appointments. I think they could do at least have a go. Like there's got to be some other managers other than those 5 that can keep.
Yeah, what Daesh Burnley's manager was saying. The young English coaches, like 30 to 45.
Like the guy who's at Sheffield United at the moment.
Yeah,
He's doing absolutely brilliant.
Decent Premier League clubs. They've got to work their way up with a club.
Although what I thought when that's been mentioned before, the guy at Sheffield United, I've forgotten his name. Is it Chris something?
It is Chris. Wilder. Chris Wilder.
Chris Wilder, that's the one. He was at Oxford United as well. He did a really good job there as well. But yeah, he's he is being touted for quite a lot of jobs, but no one's actually really going for him.
That's what I mean. Like, it's ridiculous. They're just giving it to the old boys.
But I would argue if he was there at the moment, Sheffield United are doing well. If he gets promoted with Sheffield United, wouldn't it be better just to kind of build Sheffield United from the bottom?
Yeah,
and
that's
not
like what Dyche
move
told me.
to... Yeah, exactly. And I think maybe if he was approached to actually take one of these jobs, he might be well within his rights to turn it down and just to stick with Sheffield United.
He probably would because he's from Sheffield, that lad.
I think Sheffield United.
Yeah, he's from Sheffield. He's from I think he supports Sheffield United as well. So it's probably his dream job, isn't it? Really, like it's like when we were linked with Heckingbottom, and obviously Heckingbottom's worked at Sunderland before, but he's from Barnsley and he's at Barnsley, so I kind of thought there's no way he's going to leave. Like to be honest, I didn't really want him anyway, but we got a better manager in the end, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Right, talking about yesterday's games, any shock results yesterday, do you think? Anybody? Or the day before? Obviously, there was 2 days where the games were on. Do you reckon that there was any result?
Shock result was Leicester beat Spurs, but Spurs have been a bit poor lately.
Yeah.
Oh, but still, I think Spurs are man.
Man, we're not allowed to be biased,
surprised.
remember?
I'm being biased. I'm genuinely surprised because I didn't think it would affect them. This stadium move would affect them going away from home and at home as well. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Hey.
How Matty, what were you going to say?
Back in business.
You called what?
that Tottenham would be shocking this season. Well, not shocking, but they won't be as good as they were last season.
Well, that's not hard to say, really. They were
In our pre-season predictions, I said they'll finish outside the top 6.
I think I did as well, actually.
I think I did as well. I think there was only G what thought that they would win the league or whatever.
What are you thinking? I forgot they were playing at Wembley.
Whenever you have a stadium move, it generally affects how you play because everything that you're used to in the old stadium is just gone, and you've got to get used to new things. Having said that, that does not explain their away form. I do not understand how they can lose to Arsenal away, how they can lose.
Maybe because it's a derby, mate, but Leicester away.
Yeah, they only didn't they beat Liverpool quite recently, as well. So it's not like. It may well be just a small amount of form, and then they'll kind of kick into gear over Christmas. And actually, in fairness, Spurs do tend to do that. So their good start at the start of the season was unexpected, I would say. They don't tend to really kind of hit the hammer down until about December or January, and then they start to just go. Yeah. Remember that first season when they really broke through into the top 4? They weren't around. They weren't really in the thick of it until about December, and then all of a sudden, bang, they just went. Dele Alli and Kane just started scoring loads of goals. I think they beat Chelsea 5-3 about then. So, yeah, maybe the best is yet to come from that team. But at the moment, Kane is well below par. That doesn't really bode very well for the World Cup, actually.
For me,
Ali's not being given the protection behind him as well. That's the other thing, because Dembele's not playing, and they haven't got Alderweireld.
Doesn't seem to be bossing games at the moment.
For me, like the shock for me out of them 2 days was Chelsea. Because I honestly thought Chelsea would absolutely batter Swansea. And it was only 1-0.
Swansea basically put 10 men behind the ball, mate, and did the Mourinho.
I know, but you think even solo with Chelsea's quality, that should...
They rested a few players, though, didn't
they? Yeah, they rested players, and they're still getting used to playing twice a week.
And the manager got sent off.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Did you see what he did when he went into the crowd thing? And then he didn't realise that he was meant to go down.
He tried to do Mourinho and just sit in the crowd, but they were like, here. Get in the stand.
Yes, he was 2 or 3 yards out of his technical area, got sent off. And then you seen Pep when Sterling scored the late winner. Yeah. He ran 10 yards onto the pitch.
Yeah.
And
to be fair, I don't blame him for that.
Sterling is playing brilliant at the minute, isn't he?
Oh, he is, mate, he is. But I just want consistency, with decisions like that. If you're going to send the manager off for being 5 yards out of his area,
it wasn't. Well, was it for that? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. It just simply for just.
It was because he was giving the fourth official loads of grief. That's why
he was. Yeah.
I give the fourth official grief anyway.
But he was probably shouting in Italian. The fourth official probably didn't have a clue what he was talking about anyway. He could have been telling them why he was having first tea after the game or something like that. He wouldn't have known what he was saying.
And you wonder why. And you wonder why Man City are in current negotiations right now to sign a new to get Sterling to sign a new contract. Guardiola must be loving him right now.
Have you seen the stats of the late goals Sterling scored this season already?
They're top scorer, isn't he?
No,
he is their top scorer. He is their top scorer. Yeah.
Is he? He's not. Aguero is. Aguero's got the same amount. He has. He's got 9 goals, and so is Sterling.
It's like it was said on Match of the Day.
Got the same amount of goals.
Yeah, it's like it was said on Match of the Day or Soccer Saturday or whatever the heck was on, right? Without them late goals, Man City would be second a point behind Manchester United.
Yeah.
Without that. Now look at now they're about 8 or 9 points ahead of United.
Yeah.
Their record's insane though. 12 wins. This is the kind of run that put Chelsea to winning the title last year. And when Chelsea, when they were winning the league about 10 years ago, about 10 years ago, they went on a similar run like this right at the start of the season, just blew everyone away, and then just kind of waltzed to the end of the season.
Whatever Guardiola was trying to do the previous 2 seasons, this season it seems to be working.
He's got his team playing the way he wants now.
Yeah,
but whatever he's been trying to bring to Manchester City, holy shit, it's working now.
Yeah. But we kind of I always thought, because everyone was like, oh yeah, it's Mourinho, Guardiola, Conte, we're going to see the best of them in the first season. Nah, that's not how it works. I mean, I think Conte did pretty well, but did get a little bit fortunate with the way he stumbled onto a 3-5-2 system that just worked for Chelsea. But with this Guardiola plan has been in the works for years. Because City have been building this club up specifically for Guardiola to actually come in and just do wonders with them. And they've actually, credit to them, they've actually really worked hard at it, and I think that deserves a lot of credit, because a lot of other clubs wouldn't have that that drive or determination to be able to push a team like this to do things which you think, like Otamendi, he's not a passing centre back. Company, not really a passing centre back, but he's made both of them able to really distribute the ball well now, which is really good.
As well, under 23s and the 18s are both playing the same system as well as the first team. So he's got them doing it where a couple of years ago they weren't doing that.
That's a good thing, because obviously if he wants to feel like bringing in the young'uns in a cup match or something, they'll know the tactics straight.
What's the young lad name? Phil Foden.
Yeah,
Phil Foden.
He came off
he's
the
doing
bench,
so well. Yeah.
Can I give you my shock of the past couple of days in the Premier League? Ashley Young scoring 2 goals.
Wow, I was about to say that one.
What the fuck?
Newcastle coming from 2-0 down. That was a
reason.
shock as well.
Can I just say as well, Ashley Young scoring one hell of a free kick.
Yeah. Some good goals, wasn't there, during the week?
Who would have thought, guys, like 4 or 5 years ago, Ashley Young and Valencia would be playing as fullbacks for United? I don't think anybody in the world would have thought that.
Yeah, I don't. He's left back in the Ashley Young.
Yeah.
FIFA might want to change that. Apparently, he's a right back on there.
Yeah, he's right footed.
No, he's the informs a left back.
Yeah, well. I'm going through a mock career mode with Manchester United, and apparently he's right back. So
that's career mode. They don't care about that.
His preferred positions, it'll be left back on there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
He's left-footed, isn't he? So
No,
he's right-footed, but he likes to come in on the left.
He's the rich man's James Milner.
Yeah, he likes to come inside. He likes to cut inside, doesn't he?
He's only in centre mid again now.
Well, speaking of Liverpool, anyway, yesterday obviously there was a lot of good goals. Salah got another 2, takes him to the top of the.
What a signing he is!
Definitely.
Oh my God!
Definitely. He's got a top goal scorer in the Premier League by 2 goals over Harry Kane, who's on 10, obviously.
And he's also been the first Liverpool player to score 17 goals in the season for the first time in 3 years.
Is he? Jesus
Christ! Liverpool hit the jackpot with it on 2 occasions. Mane, they hit the jackpot with him, and they've hit the jackpot with Salah as well.
The thing is, though, like
he scored his 17th Liverpool goal since he signed, which was last summer, and Salah scored his 17th goal yesterday. Both scored the 17th goal, but
like the thing is, everyone's banging on about the goals that he scored and stuff like that, but people forget that he didn't actually start this game. He scored 2 goals in this game, and he was only on 10 minutes. Or something
25,
like that.
he was on like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, like from coming on to scoring, he was on for 10 minutes.
Well, it's like it was said.
And then 2.
It was like it was said, Crumpet. Everything he's touching is turning into goals.
The thing is, right, I do like Salah. He's a really good player, and I thought Chelsea were absolutely crazy for getting rid of him in the first place.
Mourinho.
But for me, right, the amount of chances that Salah has, I know he's scoring and he's doing well and he's scored, like, he's top goal scorer. The amount of chances that he does have in games, though, where I've watched them and I've seen the amount of chances he has, if he could start doing a little bit better on his finishing and putting more of them away, he could absolutely storm it.
He had 2 chances yesterday, he scored both.
Yeah. Like, I can't remember who it was. It was a game, I think it might have been the Man United game, maybe, where the amount of chances he had, he should have won that game alone, and I think it was a 0-0. I think it was.
He had 3 chances, if I remember rightly, in that game.
Yeah. But one of them, I can't remember, one of them he should have definitely scored. It was really easy. But you can't take that away from the lad. He's a top goal scorer in the Premier League, so, and he's a winger.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Not even a striker.
Yeah. And
how good Liverpool will be when we get a centre-back, a goalie and a striker.
Have you seen the thing about Liverpool, about Sturridge apparently linked with AC Milan?
What?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes sense.
Yeah, if you want a player who never plays because he's injured.
Who's after him like Ancelotti? You know?
Ancelotti.
I was going to say, Vincenzo Montella's been sacked from there, so they're looking for a new manager as well, so... Somebody must be crazy enough to go.
Have you seen who we're linked with replacing him?
Oh, Aubameyang, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, well, that's understandable considering he was Klopp's best mate at Borussia Dortmund. So,
do you reckon that'll happen? Well,
aren't we?
Do you reckon Aubameyang
that would
will
suit
come to the Premier
Liverpool,
League?
but I don't think it would turn them into the title-winning force that they want to be.
The pace swept bag of FIFA.
Not with that defensive one.
We
And
still
them
need-
goal.
Oh well, yeah, it's not just that, but I don't think that Liverpool are well prepared for when teams just sit back. They're not well prepared for that at all.
Aubameyang will be a good option though for us for that sort of situation.
No, really? No, he wouldn't.
Yeah,
Why would he be?
Well, why wouldn't he?
When
Yeah, why
people
would- exactly.
when people
He can
sit back,
score in the box. We don't have that option normally.
nah, he's not. No, he's not that kind of. He's not that kind of player.
But
He is.
I
He
know
gets
he
his head on
thrives
a
on the
lot.
He
of-
thrives on the counter attack, but in terms of like, he has a bit of height, but his heading ability really isn't all that great. He's much more kind of a box to box, if you want to call it that.
Yeah,
It's like
his pace is lethal though.
Who's this?
absolute pacemeister. Yeah, he's really fast.
The
But-
swept bag of FIFA.
who would you want up there though? Firmino or Aubameyang? I'd go with Aubameyang.
Yeah, or
Oh,
Aubameyang
yeah.
all day long.
Wow,
But then why would you keep Firmino?
First
you're gonna do
Coutinho,
that.
maybe.
Well, there you go. I think
Well, he'll go.
Liverpool is still a
Right.
very, very long way off being able to build a squad that can win the Premier League. Very long way off.
So you need a defender, goal, and a proper goalkeeper. Mignolet did all right yesterday, apart from getting away with things.
Pierre-Emerick swept bag.
I'll tell you what, though,
Anything's better
every
than
FIFA fan
Sturridge.
would have an absolute build day if he went to Liverpool, because that means he links in easily with Premier League squads, which is going to be a nightmare for everyone else who's playing against
Yeah.
those kind of squads.
Yeah.
I was looking today at the stats of the Premier League, and it had like the goals, the assists, the passes, minutes played, and stuff like that. And without cheating, right? Because obviously you can look at it, but without cheating, who do you reckon's got the best passing ability in the Premier League so far this season? Who's rated as number one?
Mertesacker.
No. What? You been drinking?
I was
Who do
kind
you
of being
think?
semi-serious
Oh, we-
because
oh,
when,
yeah.
when he passes, it's always like 5 yards to his left. That's it.
That's true. But he's not played that often. Though.
Hang on, is this
Should
the
be
most
on
successful
Matic.
in percentage, or is this?
Well, it's
Number one.
point system, but it's basically based
Oh.
on that, yeah. It's based on like
Right.
passing percentage.
And the amount of times they pass, I presume.
Yeah.
You've stumped me.
De Bruyne.
No,
No, it's not De Bruyne. It's going to be a midfield. It's not going to be a midfield. It's going to be a centre back.
it's not. I'll give you a clue. It's a midfielder. It is a midfielder.
Yeah. Fernandinho.
Matic.
No,
Fabregas.
no,
Matic.
Pogba.
no,
Oh.
Jack Wilshere.
Oh
no.
God.
Is he in the top
It's
6
not
Premier
much.
League team?
Yeah, he is.
He is. Okay. James Milner.
No,
Emre Can.
no.
Oh,
Passes the ball away every 3 bloody passes.
yeah, true. Yeah.
I'll give you another clue. He's Brazilian.
David
Oh.
Luiz.
No,
Coutinho.
no.
Brazilian.
Honestly, you'll sit here for ages because you would probably never guess this.
But he's a midfielder.
Yes,
I said
Fernandinho.
Fernandinho. I
Did you?
said
Sorry, I
Fernandinho.
didn't hear you.
Oh,
Fernandinho, honestly, that is
cheated.
absolutely crazy
Yeah.
though. Like Otamendi is second, Xhaka
I can
is
get
third.
no. I totally get why Fernandinho would be that, because he is basically the centerpiece of that Man City team. He's what actually makes them tick. in the
Yeah, but
background.
you would think of a more creative player than Fernandinho though. Like
In fairness, De Bruyne.
if you said straight away, if someone
Yeah.
said to you that, you would think, oh, De Bruyne, Hazard, or all those kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fernandinho
Yeah.
would be first choice.
It is not either like a centre back or that sort of what's called the water carrier sort of guy. Who's
He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Water
sorry,
boy.
Defensive midfielder.
What did he say?
H2O.
the water carrier. That's what what's his name? Former
Son.
Chelsea player got called years ago. French international.
What, a French international?
What, a water carrier?
What, Makaleli?
Yeah, that's it, Makaleli.
Yeah.
He got called the water carrier.
He was amazing,
centre-
Makaleli. It's cool.
So say talk about centerpiece for a team.
Who do you reckon's got the most assists in the Premier League?
Mesut Ozil? Actually, it won't be this season, will it?
It's this season, this one. Ozil's got 5.
De Bruyne?
No, he's second. 7.
What?
Mane,
He's second, yeah.
I said De Bruyne like 4 times.
I can't hear you, you're too quiet.
not Mane, is it?
No,
Salah.
no.
Salah doesn't pass the ball; he just shoots.
Salah's only got 2 assists.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
That won't.
Well, it is.
Yeah, it's a midfielder. Yeah.
I'm trying to think who it could be. Pogba?
No,
Injured.
I think he's back now.
He is back now. Yeah. Not been out for that long.
Month on so out.
Oh, there's Jay Phil says Sané.
No, he's third.
Oh.
Sonny is third. You're on the right line, so you've got the right team.
Player then.
David Silva?
Yeah.
Hey!
David Silva. 8.
David Silva.
8 assists. One
He
better
has
than De
done
Bruyne.
very, very well.
And he has done very well, like the bald Spanish git. He doesn't look right. I'm sorry, he doesn't look right.
It doesn't look right. It is like watching a white ball kind of walking around the pitch. A pull white ball.
He needs to grow his hair back.
He's absolute mad though. Like I said to my dad, he's a Spanish international. He's he's been here for a while, so he'll be used to the weather. But it's very cold right now, and he shaves his head bald. Like what the hell?
The one bit of protective hair he has.
If he'd have had that nice long hair, like that nice long flowing hair, it would be lovely and warm now.
When I shave my head, it grows back within a week. So,
well, my hair takes forever to grow because
it's even worse in Russia as well because it's going to go cold. I don't know why he's done that.
Yeah. Minutes played, highest one. This is the last one because I don't want to stick on stats all night. I'm not Statman Dave.
Minutes played I could have got easily last season because it was Milner. But this season,
there's 2 of them. Actually, sorry,
Courtois?
3 of them on. No, hang on. There's fucking shitload of them actually.
There will be loads because there
is loads. But well, just name some, and I'll tell you if you get one right.
De Gea.
Courtois, you got that right.
Courtois.
De Gea's not. Yes, he is. Sorry, De Gea's on.
Yeah.
Every minute.
Begovic.
Begovic is number 1. Yeah, he's Begovic is
number 1.
Outfielders.
Petr Cech, yeah. There is some outfield players as well.
Is there?
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Hang on, there's 1, 2. This is the top 10.
It won't be Lacazette because Wenger's too stupid to play him from the start of every game.
There's 5 outfield players. The first one, I'll give you a little clue so it goes a bit quicker. He's an Arsenal player, defender.
Shelny, Mustafi,
No.
Monreal.
No.
Lauren? No, we
Clash?
What?
No.
No.
He didn't. Defender?
He's a fullback, yeah.
But I've just named all of them.
Is it? Well, I didn't hear you see this name.
Monreal.
Monreal.
No.
Who's the other one then?
Bellerin?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
They said Bellerin ages ago.
I said Bellerin.
Did you? It's that Scouse accent, mate. I can't understand you. Right, Burnley player. I think he's a midfielder. I don't know if 100%, but I'm sure he is a midfielder. Burnley player.
Jeff Hendricks.
No. Yeah, Cork, yeah.
No, he's done really well actually this season.
Bournemouth player.
He deserves that.
Done really well.
Defender.
Did well for England as well.
Cook.
No.
Daniels.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the other one.
Watford. Yeah. Watford midfielder. I think he's a midfielder. I'm sure he is.
I can't pronounce his name.
Decore.
Yep, that's the one.
That's the
And
he's done so well this season. Actually.
He is pretty good. He looks like a decent player. Him. Brighton defender.
Oh, I didn't have a clue.
I'd know this dude because I wanted us to buy him, but
Dunk.
yeah,
Dunk.
that's the one. Yeah, Dunk. There's probably more because it's got like a full list, but we're not going to sit there and go through all of them because they'll probably all be literally the same.
That'll do, mate. That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do.
Don't want to go to bed.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. Right, we'll move on to the fixtures. Obviously, this weekend is the Premier League. I'll get it up on the screen so that you can see. There you go. There's the fixtures. So, starting on Saturday, early kick-off, Chelsea-Newcastle. Really hard game for Newcastle. That's going to be a few goals. But then again, I thought the same with Swansea and it didn't happen.
4-1 Chelsea, mate.
You reckon 4-1 Chelsea? Right, who else? Anybody?
I said 3-0 Chelsea.
What do you say?
Hat-trick.
I think Newcastle are going to be. They're going to go there with a point to prove and get a draw. 1-1.
There's always one, isn't there?
I'm not being biased. That's my honest opinion. I think Chelsea early on.
Yeah, you're not being biased.
Like they had some really, really tough game against Watford at exactly the same time in the day earlier, a few weeks ago, and they should have lost that game. They played really, really badly, and they ended up winning 4-2.
I'll see 3-1 Chelsea.
Yeah.
I reckon that Newcastle will score, but Chelsea will have too much. Next game, Brighton versus Liverpool.
2-0 Brighton.
What did he say?
2-0 Brighton.
Who said that?
Brighton.
Matty.
Flipping heck.
See it?
Glenn Murray doing bits. 2 headers.
If that does happen, I don't think Jay will be on this podcast anymore.
What did you see, G? Sorry, what did you say? What was your prediction?
All right.
0-0.
5.
5-0.
Yeah, I don't think
I'll go 2-0 Liverpool.
I'll go with 3-0 Liverpool.
3-0 Liverpool. I think that they'll have too much for Brighton.
Too much.
You stick with your 2-0 Brighton, Matty?
I think for Brighton, it's more about going there for the experience rather than...
It's at Brighton.
What, the experience of losing?
Is it at Brighton?
Yeah, it's at Brighton, yeah.
I'm sure
Does
you
that
said
even
it
matter,
was
though?
Anfield.
Does
Okay,
that
right,
really
then.
matter?
It might make a difference. Might make a difference.
Brighton have only lost once at home. That was against Man City.
Yeah, but honestly, I think Liverpool's pace will just annihilate them.
Liverpool are a little dodgy away from home, though.
Murray. Glenn Murray.
Can't do away from home anymore. That's a misconception.
Especially when they play away at Spain. Like
That's in Spain. Brighton's
not like Spain here.
It's close to Spain. It's probably the closest to Spain of anyone in the Premier League.
Everton, Huddersfield.
Huddersfield 5-0. It's actually, on all honesty, Huddersfield's got a really bad away record, so it'll probably be 2-0 Everton, I think. Yeah.
That's what I want 2-0.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I'm going for Everton 2-0.
Yeah. I'll say 1-1.
Wow.
Just to be different. What do you reckon, Matty?
What's this?
You what?
Pay attention, mate. Everton, Huddersfield.
Silence isn't very good for this.
It's that good of a game, he just doesn't know.
And we'll move on.
Matty.
I said 0-0 like 4 times.
It didn't come through.
Yeah,
No one heard it.
0-0. Leicester and Burnley. This could have the potential to be a pretty decent game, I think.
Yeah, mate.
I don't think there'll be a lot of goals, though, but I think it could be a good game, though.
I'll go 2-1 Leicester.
I'll go the opposite. I'll see 2-1 Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley are really good away from home. I think Leicester might be a bit too confident, so I think.
Well, I was going to say, I think Leicester beating Spurs will give them a little bit of confidence.
Yeah.
Leicester.
Yeah. G.
2-0, mate. 3-2, mate. Leicester.
3-2.
Yeah.
Stoke and Swansea. This is going to be a shit game. I guarantee that.
5.
0-0. No shots on target.
Yeah, 0-0. Last match of the day.
0-0. No shots on target. Jesus. It'll be worse than watching Man U.
I'll go
Check
1-0
the stats
Stoke.
after.
1-0 Stoke for me.
I'll see 2-0 Stoke.
5.
You said so. What? 5. I don't think your mic's picking you up because you're talking too quiet. It's not picking you up.
5.
5.
Wow.
Yeah.
First match of the day, then.
Yeah.
Matty, what are you drinking, mate? We all need some.
I think he's drinking vodka straight out of the bottle, I think.
Listen, I don't think I want any.
Watford versus Tottenham.
2-2.
Ooh.
Commenting on the outfit that
This
Crumpets
is going to
got
be a
on.
good game, this one, I think. Both teams will go for it.
Surely Spurs win. Surely
I
Spurs
think Watford might sneak it, you know. They play
think
really
they
well at home. They're very, very good at home. Should have beaten Chelsea, as I said earlier.
play well against
they beat
United.
Arsenal. They beat Arsenal. They should have beaten United.
Yeah.
Really.
Spurs in bad form at the minute.
Yeah.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think a 2-1 win for Watford again. Another defeat. What, that would be a 4th defeat on the road in a row for Spurs,
Yeah.
I think.
I'll
Or 4th and
say-
3rd.
I'll be bold and I'll say 3-1 Watford.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Seven Spurs a point here.
Yeah. 2-1 Spurs.
That's from the guy who's not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. I just think Watford. I think that Watford will just be like. I think that Tottenham will take them lightly as well. I think that will be the downfall.
Oh, I don't know if it'll go that far because the Spurs, as I said, have lost their last few games away from home, so they'll want to prove a point. But
the way I see it, right, if
Watford,
Leicester can beat Tottenham, then Watford can. That's the way I see it. Because Watford's better. By a mile. In my opinion. This is going to be an interesting game, this one, because obviously Pardew's taking over at West Brom and he's playing his old club, Crystal Palace. West Brom versus Palace.
I say Palace 2-0 because Palace will be looking to stick it up Pardew's ass.
Haven't scored an away goal, mate.
I think this might be
Don't
their
want no
time.
West Brom. No West Brom.
set with the utmost confidence.
Yeah.
Was it Palace West Ham, was it?
West Brom.
West Brom,
Palace.
West Brom. Okay. That's a difficult one to predict, that because like both teams are kind of struggling, but kind of pop up with odd results here and there. So
yeah,
probably be like a 1-1. I think there's not going to be a lot in it. Neither team are going to want to push much. I think.
I think it'll be 0-0. I think it'll be a really shit game.
Won't be a fun game to watch. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't think West Brom will probably buy into Pardew's tactics yet, and there'll be a shambles, which will allow Palace to get the win. Basically,
Yeah.
I think Palace will definitely take advantage of it. I think Mr. Pardew will need to take time to get his tactics across to West Brom.
Yeah.
Whatever he's planning to do.
Next one. Arsenal Man United league kickoff. It's not even on TV though.
Arsenal minus Lacazette.
It's not on TV.
Not on Sky anyway. I don't know about BT. I'm not.
It'll be on BT. It's usually the 5:15 kickoffs are on BT or 5:30 or whatever.
Arsenal minus Lacazette.
Yes, minus Lacazette, but that actually might work in our favour in this game.
Lacazette's been most of the season. He's been benched.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he's out with a groin strains.
He is. Lacazette's been playing a lot of games. He scored a few goals as well, so that's. He's actually. I'm really disappointed because he played really well against Huddersfield. Really, really well.
Yeah, and this will probably open the door now for Giroud to step in.
Yeah, Giroud will play. But as I said, I think that will play into our hands because what United usually do when they come to the Emirates is just sit back and hit us on the counter. What's the one way you can deal with that?
Whenever he goes to a biggish team, he always sits back.
Yeah. So and
Sits
we
back
can
at
just
the
deal
little
with
teams
that,
as well.
putting a big guy up front and just lumping the ball up to him.
Well, I've always said when Arsenal are on top of the game, they're the best team in the league. They're the best team in the league in terms of playing football, playing what the marquee is. When they're on top of the game, and they have done that the past couple of games. So
depends if we can defend.
I fancy an Arsenal 2-1 win.
I think Arsenal beat them. I really do. I think that Man U are really looking at the minute against teams which are like really bad as well. They're getting like shitty 1-0 wins, apart from the other day, obviously. Yeah. But I think Arsenal beat them. I think that they're coming off a couple of games where they've done well, and I think that they'll beat them 2-0. I think.
Oh wow!
They were 3-0 up. They were 3-0 up against Watford, and then Watford pulled it back, didn't they, 2-0 to 3-2.
Yeah.
If they do that against Arsenal, if they keep doing that or keep doing something like that, that might backfire on them. And I've got a funny feeling it probably will against Arsenal.
Yeah.
I'm going with a 3-3 draw, mate.
3-3. This is flipping Man United we're talking about. It's Jose Mourinho. He's like, if he was offered,
when Arsenal go 3-0.
If he was offered like a 3-tier,
Man U scored 4 goals.
The cost was to play against the top team and go out to attack. He wouldn't take it.
Hey, Man U have been scoring goals lately, like.
Yeah,
well, they did against Watford.
Goals, so they're going to have to come out.
I don't know about. Wow.
You're right though. If Arsenal go ahead a couple of goals, they've got no choice. They would literally have to attack. Exactly. But maybe that could play into Arsenal's.
It would play into Arsenal's hands, and it has done before when Arsenal have played. You know, I think the last season we played United at home, and we got a very lucky Xhaka long deflected goal or whatever it was. And then after that, they had to basically push forward, and then we got a second almost instantly, and that kind of killed the game. Yeah. Really. On the day, Ozil, Sanchez, and Giroud or Lacazette, whoever, if they play really, really well, they can actually do well. And they do tend to play pretty well at home. So, but I actually think United will have too much for Arsenal at the back, which will then either lead to a stalemate or a 1-0 United win. And I'm going to go with a 1-0 United win this one because I can't see, honestly... It's more just realism. Like we've had far too much good form recently for it not to be let down by a result against a big team like this. So,
imagine all the Arsenal fans. Just imagine all the Arsenal fans in Crumpet's chat, right?
Yeah. No, but honestly, speaking as an Arsenal fan, and I'm sure many would agree with me, when have we ever gone into a big game like this having had loads of really good form and then ever come out with a win? We never usually do.
To be honest, I thought that when you played Huddersfield, I thought you would lose that game because of that reason. Like playing against a team and having a good result the week before, and then playing against a newly
promoted team again at home.
Yeah.
Plus you beat.
Usually it's a home banker for us.
You won your North London derby.
That was the beginning of our run, actually.
To be fair, those Spurs didn't turn up that game. I watched that.
No, they didn't at all.
It was terrible. Well, they were anyway.
They haven't turned up for a couple of games now.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Matty? Arsenal, Man U?
0-0.
No. I hope to God that the results don't go this way. There's a lot of 0-0s. Sunday is. I think this is the derby match, isn't it, Matty? Your derby match, Southampton.
Well, it's kind of a derby. It's kind of a derby.
It's like a rival kind of game, isn't it?
And technically speaking, it's nowhere near a derby, but
it's like a rivalry kind of thing, isn't it?
South Coast.
I think we're going to win 2-0.
Yeah,
Nice little 2-0 win. I'll take that.
I'll see 1-1. I think Bournemouth.
Oh, you bastard!
I think
Southampton get a lucky goal at the end.
2-0 Southampton, I think.
I was going to say
they were very, very impressive against City, and they have actually been very impressive throughout the season. So yeah, I'd bank on them. And actually, I think they could easily finish kind of top 7, top 8 this season. They're doing really well.
Yeah, I was going to say 2-0 as well, but not the way Matty's thinking. I'm saying 2-0.
2-0 Bournemouth.
Oh, yeah.
I've got 2-1 Bournemouth.
Yeah. One more back in Bournemouth then. Last game of the week. I can't wait to watch this game. This is actually on TV as well on Sunday, 4 o'clock kickoff. Manchester City versus West Ham United.
What? That's on television?
Yes. On
What?
Sunday. Because there's going to be lots of goals.
I don't think it'll be the fact that it's Man City against West Ham. I think it'll be just the fact it's Man City.
Yeah, I think
and they're going to get a lot of goals.
I'm going 9-0.
1-0. What should be 1-0?
9-0.
9?
No.
I'm putting like all my fantasy team players, all as Man City players now after that kind of prediction. I think City will probably win like 3 or 4-0. Shouldn't be a problem for them.
And if Everton could put 4 past them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, well,
That is a
yeah.
problem.
But it's City, and they've actually not got an important Champions League game because we're already through them when they're grouped. So
Andy Carroll's injured as well.
I've got, to be honest, I have 2 predictions for this. I have one, Man City winning 4-0. I also have a funny feeling Moyles will probably go there and put everybody behind the ball. So don't be surprised if
still
every
lose.
game, so what's the difference?
Yeah, he'll probably do it on this one as well, but he'll do it a lot. He'll definitely do it.
Yeah, that's like his tactics, just to like defend.
Because the last thing West Ham want, all right, they got beat 4-0 by Everton, and the last thing they want is to go and get hammered by fucking Man City. Although they'll probably expect.
But realistically, though, that wouldn't be that bad compared to Everton, though. Like they probably do expect that to happen. Definitely, I'm gonna see 6-0 Man City. Fingers crossed
I'm
it's
gonna have
more.
to go, guys. Baby's back up.
Alright, no worries, mate.
oh, see you later.
Bye, guys.
What do you reckon, Matty?
No.
0-0.
What? 0-0 between Man City and West Ham.
No.
It keeps on cutting out when you see the first number.
Yeah. We're only hearing that West Ham haven't scored any goals. I'm assuming that.
It keeps on cutting out on your first.
Yeah, it
first
does.
number.
Yeah.
Like literally every time you see it, it cuts out the
It's
first
just coming
number.
out as 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See it again.
Just kill me.
Why don't you type it out and we can read it?
I was going to say kill your mic first.
It keeps on cutting out all the time. Are you typing it?
In the chat, Matty.
Here we go.
1-0, he says.
1-0 to City, really?
1-0.
Wow.
Well, like I say, if West Ham comes back with a steer, puts everybody behind the ball, they might do that. They might frustrate.
Right, let's do something a little different just to end it off. It's only going to be short though, obviously, but something a little different. Looking at the fixtures of this weekend, what we've just talked about there, pick one game out of all those games which you think will be upset and the team will win who isn't expected to win. Still there?
Yeah.
Hang on, say that again. What was it?
Out of all of the weekend games in the Premier League, which we've just did the score predictions on, pick one of those games which you think that the team who isn't expected to win might win, like, out of all.
No one say West Ham. Can't be
not.
saying that.
Yeah, I will probably go for. I would have to say Brighton. This one. Well, Brighton's a tough place to go to.
Yeah. Matty?
I think.
Are Watford not expected to beat Spurs though?
It's hard to say that one.
Yeah, it's hard to say that one.
Hard to see.
Yeah, I don't think we can really use that.
Because honestly, they've both been good. Spurs haven't been recently, but Watford have been in good form-ish.
Yeah.
Lately as well. So, compare Watford to Brighton, I would say Watford's definitely been better than Brighton. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why I'm saying Brighton. I would say Brightford there.
I'll see Swansea. I think Stoke are shit. They're really shit, and I think Swansea could possibly get a goal against. Swansea didn't do too bad against Chelsea though. Like, it was only 1-0 and they didn't do too bad, like, considering that it's Swansea playing Chelsea. Like, I know that they dropped a couple of players, but even so, they did do half decent. They just struggled.
Who's their manager again? Clement?
Yeah, Clement, yeah.
Yeah, and he's having a go at friggin', people are having a go at him and that, and saying, oh, he's working hard to try and bring the best out of Renato Sanchez. Maybe the fact that Renato Sanchez just want to play in that shower of shit.
Probably. Well, I reckon that Pulis has been linked with a job and that he could possibly get that job if Clement gets sacked. And he is actually Welsh, Pulis, so...
Well, that could help. If from bad to worse, but...
Yeah. It's hard to see, isn't it?
Hard to say, really.
Who do you reckon, Matty? I'm guessing, Matty, you're probably seeing Brighton as well, right?
I was going to say the Swansea fans fucked everything up.
Watford.
I was going to say Bayern Munich fucked everything up, really, didn't it? Well, they only got Renato Sanchez because Bayern Munich had Ancelotti as their manager. So yeah. That's been fucked up, hasn't it, really? So.
Matty said that he reckons Watford will beat Spurs. That's it. Do you know what? Like, it's hard to see, isn't it? Like, I wouldn't be shocked at
this
that.
Week. Yeah, there's not really that many potential shocks. Who are Liverpool playing?
Brighton
away.
Playing Brighton. Yeah, that might be the one that we might think. That might be the one that might just turn up and shock all of us, but I can't think of any other one.
I'll only say, like I say as well, because in terms of defensive record, Liverpool have been poor. The defensive thing hasn't been too good, so
yeah.
And if Brighton can be as disciplined as they have been recently.
Yeah, they've been disciplined.
That's what it's going to basically boil down to, though. It's going to basically boil down to Brighton defending well. If Brighton can defend well, then they've got a chance. Because their defence is terrible and the goalkeepers are terrible as well. But attacking-wise, they're amazing. So
I was going to say, their goalkeepers are one of their goal rejects, so...
Yeah. Right, well, I think we'll end it here then. Hopefully there's some interesting stuff happens in the football on the weekend, and we've got some more stuff to talk about. There might be some more sackings because there's a lot happening at the minute, so there might be more to talk about. We don't know. Hopefully Sunderland win. That's the main thing that I'm bothered about, to be honest.
Hopefully Borough will be back in business as well.
Yeah.
Fuckers.
Who have you got on the weekend, Borough?
Borough are away to Bristol City, and I am not confident considering what happened against Derby.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest, guys.
I think that we should probably win that, though. Derby did win a couple of games in there, so...
We should have won Derby.
Yeah. Well, we've got Reading at home, so hopefully we can win. And considering that last time we won, we might actually make it 3.
I was going to say Reading have been a little bit poor lately, but although they are bouncing back, I'll give them 2.
But I would say out of all the games probably to watch, out of them, I would say definitely watch the Man City game on Sunday because there's going to be a lot of goals there. Or watch Chelsea absolutely annihilate Newcastle. That should be fun as well. But we're going to leave it here. Obviously, we should be back next week. I can't make any promises. We'll find out nearer the time. But we should be back next week at the same time.
I'll be here next week. So.
You'll be here as well?
I'll be here as well, yeah.
We'll be live next week on Twitch and YouTube again. I'm going to keep doing that every week now. But thanks a lot to everybody who's joined us. Obviously, all the lads who came in and did the podcast, and everyone who's watched as well. And I will be back, possibly on the weekend. If not on the weekend, I'll be back on Monday with a Let's Play, playing on Call of Duty campaign mode on Twitch. But until next time, have a good weekend, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.